Okay, there we go. It's been a while since Mike wasn't working. It's time, you guys. I've been stressed about this all day. Hello, Savvy. Hello, Salem. Hello, Zen. Hope you're all well. I apologize for streaming so late. I was looking at houses today, and it took a little while to go through them. We looked at like a couple of houses. And by the time he's done, I was like, oh man, I was about to start stream right now. Y'all, I'm stressed. I am extremely stressed because I've been thinking about this game all day. I mean, we finished stream around like 12:30 a.m. this morning. I've been thinking about this to the point that I even like explain to my mom about this whole episode and my theories. For those who did not watch yesterday's stream and don't want to be spoiled, I highly suggest you leave now because we're at the finale of episode 5. Technically the season finale. There is a DLC episode, but we're season finale right now. We finished the stream for yes. And if you want to know about the entirety of this game, all the episodes have been streamed on YouTube. So I can't. Let me finish up this tweet because I got. Oh my god, my head hurt. My head hurts. I cannot at all with this game. Every time I think, man, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is a really, really great game. No, there's no way they can top this. And then the next game we play, and it's clearly topped. It's clearly. Every time I think that no better of a plot twist can come, here is another potential. If you guys do me a solid, like and retweet the stream tweet, and then oh no, I lost my other tweet. Like and re-skeet the stream skeet. Okay. And as per usual, for those who aren't aware, I am streaming on YouTube. So if you guys want to pull that up to support, please do. And for those on YouTube, I am streaming on Twitch. Okay. I don't know, where do we begin? We're in Dual Destinies. We're in episode 5. Turnabout for tomorrow. It started off with the ending of last episode, episode 4, Adina being the one accused of killing her mother. Or no, not killing her mother, killing Clay Tarrant. Because her fingerprints are on the lighter that was found. The only evidence of a third person being in the room with Clay Tarrant. So we are starting to like, you know, defend her and everything and getting all the information. We bump into Juniper Woods, who is her best friend. This is her with the sunflower in her hair. She tells us, like, oh yeah, Adina used to live at the Space Center because her mom was a psychology doctor there. And we're like, whoa. In order to prove her innocence, we gotta prove Black Quill's innocence. We learned that it is Dr. Sykes, who died 7 years ago, was murdered because the Hat 1 miracle was completely sabotaged because they think there was a whole spy espionage thing, you know, the whole political stuff. There's a potential mole in the Space Center, that kind of stuff. It was sabotaged. Dr. Sykes was found murdered. We are, at this point, my only suspicions was Aura Black Quill. Yuri Cosmos, he just, he seemed too innocent to be the killer. Plus he was trying to protect Solomon Starbuck. and his space sensor and all that stuff. And he seemed completely distraught at everything that's happening and was pretty much honest after we got a chance to talk to him. He gave us a lowdown and such. We talked to Aura Blackquill, who was talking to Apollo, and Apollo was like questioning her and everything. At this point, I'm still questioning Aura because she just seems real sus. But then we learned that she had apparently cried day in and day out over Dr. Sykes. And that, according to the robots, she ain't been the same since. She used to be called Mama Aura, and now she doesn't want to be called Mama Aura anymore. It seemed like, based off of context clues and a few sentences, that she was in love with Dr. Sykes, actually. Which is interesting. So, based off of the emotions that was going on and how she held up a whole hostage situation to save her brother from executing, which, by the way, Blackquill is supposed to be executed tomorrow. There is like, my suspicions for her dropped almost instantly based off of the emotions that she was showing and her actions. It seems like she just closed her heart off and she was against the system because the system failed her brother and failed Adina's mom's death. She solely believes that Adina is the one behind it. An 11-year-old child, by the way, at the time. She holds up a hostage situation so that we're forced to hold a retrial for Blackquill. At the retrial, we finally get the truth out of Blackquill. He did not kill Dr. Sykes. He came across the body of Dr. Sykes and just took the blame because the only one in the room at the time was Adina, and he obviously cared for Adina because that's a child and her mother was his mentor, so he took the blame for her. And he knows that there's someone else is out there to be blamed for it. But yeah, after like getting through the discord of his heart, we finally got the truth out of him. We finally got a proven innocent verdict off of Blackquill. He is no longer guilty. But there's still Adina. Adina really, with a lot of people talking, and she's confused. She has no memory of it, and it comes to the conclusion that she thinks she killed her mom. We did some thing and everything, and it turns out that no, she did not kill her mom, but she is the first one to come across her mom's dead body. What basically happened was this spy who sabotaged, who's trying to sabotage the space mission to steal the moon rock, basically, went into the robotics lab, killed Dr. Sykes, so they can get to kill Dr. Sykes with the katana, get to the moon rock, put on Dr. Sykes' jacket to fool Ponko, who comes in at 2 p.m. to charge themselves for the day, and put the no-face mask on because that's hanging up because Dr. Sykes is a weeboo, and he put that on because the robots can do facial recognition, but if the facial recognition fails, they can still recognize who it is based off of the ID tag on the jacket. So this random spy put on Dr. Sykes' jacket to make it seem like, and covered his face so that the robot thought it was Dr. Sykes, even though Dr. Sykes is dead on the floor. Adina comes in because she wants to show her mother a picture she drew, and sees her mom dead on the ground. She grabs a mechanic's knife to attack the assailant, slashes out the jacket, but misses him, and then gets a second stab at his hand, stabbing him. But the perpetrator knocks her out, so she's unconscious. We don't know what happens after that. Obviously, he leaves the room. The only evidence we have is a camera footage of him facing the room, still wearing the jacket, his hand wrapped in blood, and he is covering his face. It is clearly a man, which therefore, Aura Blackquill is not a suspect anymore. At this point, I didn't think she was a suspect anyway, but she's no longer has anything to do with the actual killing. My theory, yeah, that woman was love. They didn't say it, but the way that they explained it, she was in love with Dr. Sykes. My theory? Last chance to leave the stream so you guys don't get spoiled. My theory is Clay Taryn. I think our victim from episode 4/episode 1, the victim of episode 1 and 4 is the actual killer. Apollo's best friend. That is the only explanation. Those dots connecting was having your mind blown? Right. They said that the perpetrator knew the schedule of the robots. That means that it's someone who's close to him, who's been there before. If it isn't Yuri Cosmos, if it isn't Aura Blackquill, Yuri Cosmos is running the thing. He has a beard. The video footage of this person doesn't have a beard and is not old. Aura Blackquill is a woman. That was not a lady in the video footage. Solomon Starbuck is about to get on that spaceship. The only person left is Clay Taryn, who is at the time a high schooler. He is a high schooler, but we don't know much about him except that he was raised in the same orphanage as Apollo or something like that, and him and Apollo knew each other since they were kids. He grew an obsession with space. Solomon Starbuck became his mentor. He is in the picture with them prior to the events of the Hat 1 Miracle because they liked him so much. He got to know everyone. That is the killer. And if I'm correct on this theory, this is one of the most amazing plot twists, in my opinion, in this game series. This is the 5th game that we played of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and I didn't think anything could top last game's plot twist, yet here we are if we are right about this. So we're gonna get into this. As per usual, I am going to turn off Donald, turn off alerts, turn off Ko-Fi and captions. We're getting straight into this. Oh, I got my water. I already ate dinner. I'm locked in. We're all locked in, y'all. Turnabout for tomorrow. We are cross-examining Apollo because Apollo stopped the events of the what's it called? The court case. He stopped the case from having a verdict because he was like, nah, fam, we got more information. I got things to tell y'all. So let's see what baby boy Apollo wants to tell us. December 20, District Court, courtroom number 4. Yeah, no reason to be. I'm nervous too. Mr. Justice, please explain yourself. It's very simple. There isn't much to explain. The defendant, Miss Adina Sykes, might not be innocent. Hey, yo. Wait. Do you guys think that Adina actually killed Clay Taryn? Like, Apollo just wants justice for Clay Taryn. But if Adina realized that Clay Taryn is her mother's killer in some way, she would go and try to get revenge. And she might not even remember. Wait, if that's... oh my god. Okay. What are you talking about? The case from 7 years ago has been settled. I'm not talking about the past here. I'm talking about the present case. I'm still not clear who killed Clay Taryn. But Apollo, why would you... Miss Sykes, Please listen quietly to what I have to say. What in the world is Apollo trying to do? Your Honor, please allow me a little of the court's time. But this is a trial for the case from 7 years ago. Miss Blackquill, I'd like to ask a favor of you. Just as you lost someone close to you, I lost someone close to me too. I'm sure you want to know the real truth of what happened as much as I do. Apollo. Sure, you know I'm all for the truth. Now, let's see you expose the princess's guilt. Judge, I give my permission. Continue with the trial. Very well. Is that all right with you, Prosecutor Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections. Let's hear Mr. Justice's testimony. We didn't even talk about Edgeworth returning. I tell you, this man here. I'll have the police's investigation report brought immediately. Aren't you too, Edgeworth? I really hope it's because you have something up your sleeve. Very well. Your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth. As you wish. Let's review the case of the murder of Mr. Clay Taryn. It was made clear in the previous trial that Solomon Starbuck was not his killer. Therefore, the true culprit was someone else. On that day, this culprit waited for the astronauts in boarding lounge 1. When the two men made their escape out of the Space Museum. The killer attacked Miss Taryn with the same type of knife that was used 7 years ago. The murderer then escaped into the Space Museum. Next, Director Yuri Cosmos switched to launch pads. After that, the culprit exited the Space Museum and escaped via boarding lounge 2. Therefore, the trial must make clear who Mr. Taryn's true killer was. In other words, we must discover who it was that escaped through the Space Museum that day. Thank you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, is the defense ready? Yes, Your Honor. I better rearrange my evidence. Relevant evidence swapped? Wait. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Now then, Mr. Justice, your testimony, if you will, please. Or if you please. Apollo Justice's accusation. I suspected Miss Sykes of the murder of Clay Taryn. My growing suspicions were confirmed when this incriminating evidence presented itself. In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launchpad switch to escape. That is why I wish to indict Miss Sykes on a charge of murder. Order in the court. Mr. Justice, you realize you are charging your own co-worker with murder, don't you? Yes, Your Honor, because that is the conclusion my investigation has led me to. But Apollo, why? How could you suspect me too? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. I don't get it. Just what did you find out over the past few days to make you think this? I suspected Miss Sykes of the murder of Clay Taryn. Hold it! What first made you suspicious of Miss Sykes? It all started when Miss Sykes and I were investigating the crime scene. When she saw the weapon that killed Mr. Taryn, my bracelet reacted. Ooh. She said she'd never seen the knife before, but my bracelet told me otherwise. And then, every time after that, my bracelet would react when she talked about the case. Poor Apollo must have been beside himself during that investigation. I didn't know what to do or think. I couldn't even sleep. In that condition, I knew I wouldn't be any good in court. So I decided to wear an eye patch so I wouldn't be able to perceive any of her tells. Oh. So that's why Apollo was acting so strangely. But the reason Miss Sykes unconsciously reacted to the knife that way is because she stabbed her mother's murderer with one identical to it 7 years ago.
Objection!
But that knife was also the murder weapon that was used to kill Clay Tarrant. My bracelet could have also reacted to her because she knew she was his killer too. I guess he has a point. But my bracelet wasn't the only reason I became suspicious of her. My growing suspicions were confirmed when this incriminating evidence presented itself.
Hold it!
That's the lighter that was found in the Space Museum with her fingerprints on it, right? But even if it seems decisive, there must be other facts we don't know about yet. If that's so, go ahead and prove it then. Look, honestly, I don't want to believe it's true either, but Miss Sykes was the only one who was in the Space Museum at the time of the murder. But Mr. Justice, Miss Sykes had absolutely no motive to kill Mr. Tarrant.
Objection!
7 years ago, Miss Sykes lived at the Cosmos Space Center. It wouldn't be strange if she had some kind of connection to him. Besides, people sometimes kill for motives we can't even imagine. I know you've seen plenty of cases like that in your own career, Mr. Wright. I still can't believe this. How can you actually suspect Athena, Apollo? In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launchpad switch to escape.
Hold it!
Isn't it possible that somebody else used that same escape route? I'm afraid not, Mr. Wright. Why not? Recall there's a security camera in boarding lounge 1 aimed at the launchpad door. It's the camera that captured Mr. Tarrant and Mr. Starbuck. But there's also another security camera in boarding lounge 2. It recorded Mr. Tarrant's killer, or rather Miss Sykes coming out of the Space Museum. Camera in boarding lounge 2? First I've heard of it, but it makes sense. Athena said she had snuck into the Space Museum the night before the incident, and then was overcome and passed out until around noon the next day. I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into the boarding lounge too. That must have been when the camera captured her. And that's what made Apollo suspect her even more. But wait a minute. In that case, it most likely recorded the true culprit as well.
Objection!
That's a negative on that one too, Mr. Wright. In the footage taken after the incident, Miss Sykes is the only one who appears. What? Why? Order in the court. It can't be. But if it is, then it's incredibly incriminating. Wasn't it you who proved in the previous trial that the way the true culprit escaped was via the Space Museum after the pads had been switched? A fact you previously proved turned on its ear, leaving your client high and dry. I must say, that is the vintage Phoenix Wright. Ugh. That is why I wish to indict Miss Sykes on the charge of murder.
Hold it!
Believing in your client to the end is a basic principle of good defense. Shouldn't you extend that same principle to your own coworker? You're probably right. Maybe I'm not even fit to be a lawyer. However, I don't care. This case is special to me. Clay was my friend. And that's why I just have to know the truth. Apollo suspected his trusted co-worker of killing his friend. To dispel his doubts, he investigated on his own, but that only led to more doubts. Apollo must have been really struggling with this. Well, Apollo may have doubts, but I'll say it again. Athena Sykes isn't the murderer. Then I have only one thing to say. Evidence is everything in court. Well, Miss Wright, think you have the concrete proof to knock down my arguments? Your arguments have been very clear, Mr. Justice, and your facts appear to be indisputable. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think of my theory? It looks like not even you can deny it. Miss Sex was the only one who used the only possible escape route. Under these circumstances, there can be no other suspect but the defendant. Unless you think there was an alternative escape route? Is that what you think, Mr. Wright? Is that what you think, Mr. Wright? Is that what I think, Phoenix? Was there an alternative escape route? There is technically. It's, like the floorboard or whatever. There's, you can, like, escape through there or something. It's like, do we have pictures? Like, there, the trash chute. That's what it was. Of course. Yes, of course there must have been. Just don't ask me what. You're just bluffing again, aren't you? Me? Bluff? No way. He knows me too well. It's fine, Mr. Wright. Even a bluff would suit me just fine. As long as you can clear up this doubt inside me. Wait, so is that what this is all about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really fully trust her. So that you can really trust me? Seems your junior partner has showed us what trials are truly all about. I believe you're right. The prosecutors painstakingly question every detail in pursuit of the defendant, while we lawyers believe in and defend our clients to the end. When both sides go all out against each other, that's when we discover the truth. Precisely. And when the battle is over, we will understand the true meaning of trust. That is exactly what trials are about. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, I couldn't ignore the seed of doubt that was growing inside me. So I decided I needed to face it head on. No matter what the truth is, no matter what the truth is that's waiting ahead, I won't be afraid. It's so like Apollo, always uber earnest about things like this. Mr. Justice, I vow to dispel every last bit of doubt in your heart. Good, because I want to believe in Miss Sykes again. You're really hoping that there was an alternative route, aren't you, Apollo? But if I use the process of elimination, there really aren't that many possibilities. Director Cosmos was at the southern exit, leaving only the control room and the corridor to the Space Museum. Which door could a culprit have escaped through? Come on, Miss Wright, where do you think the culprit escaped to? The trash chute?
Take that!
I don't know if that's actually there. I thought anybody could escape that way. But you can really say with certainty that it is impossible. Yes, I believe I can. I guess you're right. What are you doing? This is serious, Mr. Wright. Please be serious, Mr. Wright. You're really hoping there was an alternative route, aren't you, Apollo? But if I use the process of elimination, there really aren't that many possibilities. Director Cosmos at the southern exit. I mean, technically he was at the control room too. So I'm guessing it's gotta be the control room is the only other exit, but... Or is it the... No. The Space Museum corridor. No, yeah, it couldn't have been that because the control room... The control room, in order to go to the control room, you need the fingerprints of Yuri Cosmos, I believe. But the same goes for the Space Museum corridor. But the killer took the fingerprints, right? Of like one of them to open up the space corridor. So maybe it's the Space Museum corridor. Okay, give me a chance, dang. This works. Come here. They really only could have escaped to the corridor to the Space Museum. All they had to do was use the unconscious Mr. Starbucks prince to get through the door. Yeah, okay, that's what I said.
Objection!
It appears that all you're trying to establish is Miss Sykes' guilt. If the culprit used that route, the only exit would have been into boarding lounge 2. The logical conclusion of your argument is that the killer is none other than the defendant. Ugh. I knew it. That's the only way it could be, huh? If the culprit escaped into the corridor that leads to the Space Museum, then I guess it's true. The only exit would have been into boarding lounge 2. But Miss Sykes was the only person captured by the boarding lounge 2 security camera. I investigated the crime scene thoroughly. But the only place the culprit could have escaped to was the Space Museum corridor. There weren't any other secret corridors or anything. So that leaves us with no other conclusion to draw but that Adina Sykes was the culprit. What could the answer be? Was there really no other escape route? But, hold on a second. What if... leaves. The leaves on the ground. Where did those mysterious leaves we saw in the corridor come from? What if they're a clue to the culprit's real escape route? Wait. I actually don't know where this is going. I was gonna suggest that the killer actually is Aura Blackwell, because she's the one who was outside climbing down the ladder using the escape route from the robotics lab. But why would she feel the need to kill Clay Tarrant if she's gonna continue to blame Athena? She would kill Clay Tarrant if she knew that Clay Tarrant was the actual killer from 7 years ago, and then blame Athena? Unless she got scorned. Yeah, that's... I don't know. Okay, I need more information. I think it is possible that the culprit escaped into the Space Museum, but then came out using a route other than into boarding lounge 2. Oh? Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched after the bombing, meaning the Space Museum corridor was moving along the rail at the time, which is exactly when an alternative escape route opened up for our culprit. Are you kidding me? Judging by the intense look in your eyes, I take it you're serious. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Do tell. Where could the culprit gone from Museum Corridor besides boarding lounge 2? Oh. Is it the control room then? Wait, no. If they escaped into the Space Museum and the thing rotates and the Space Museum ends up here and they escape, I mean, the leaves were in the hallway here. So it's I mean, the leaves are out here. It's gotta be like over here then. The leaves, when it's when the place is rotating, these hallways like get small and it moves. So I mean, it's from outside.
Take that!
Okay, that was correct. Had me out here a second guessing myself. Dang it. We found something odd while investigating the museum corridor this afternoon. Namely, a few dead leaves on the floor. Considering where dead leaves come from, they point us to exactly where the culprit escaped to. Yes, I remember seeing some leaves myself. Do you mean... Yep. While the Space Museum was in motion, just beyond the corridor safety door was an alternative place that the culprit could use to escape. In other words, the culprit's real escape route was the area outside the Space Center. You're freaking insane!
Objection!
Do you know how impossible that would be? That corridor is level with the 3rd floor. Even if the culprit tried to leap to the outside wall of the Space Center building, they would fall to their death.
Objection!
While it's spinning, exactly. Ordinarily, yes, but after the bombing incident, the culprit could make use of a certain item. And what item was it exactly, Mr. Wright? Alright, this is what the culprit used to leap to the outside wall of the main building. It's gotta be that ladder. That's the only thing that was outside, which was used by Aura Blackwill. But... oh man, okay. Aura Blackwill used the escape ladder from the 4th floor to escape. They said that she and a whole bunch of other people used that, right? Was told by Detective Fulbright to use it. Did other people use it, or was it just Aura Blackwill? Man,
Take that!
An emergency ladder? There was an emergency ladder in the 4th floor robotics lab, and it was used that day after the explosion to help evacuate people. Miss Blackwell herself used that ladder to escape down to the ground level. Recall that the launch pads were switched after the ladder was lowered. Okay. That means that Aura Blackwill is innocent. Because she was already outside, climbing down the ladder when the murder occurred. And safe, before the Space Museum and the Launchpad 1 were rotated. I really don't know who the killer is. If it is not Athena, you know? The corridor would have passed by the ladder while the paths were being switched. And that's when the culprit literally sprang into action. And leapt onto the ladder. What? Who would have imagined? Order in the court. Well, an alternative escape route seems to have emerged. Which means someone other than Miss Sykes could have been the culprit, right?
Objection!
Making things up on the fly in an attempt to sway the court again, are we, Mr. Wright? Your theory has so many holes, it puts Swiss cheese to shame. Alright, then, name one. I have here detailed information about the Space Center. According to this, the distance between the museum corridor and the main building during movement is a full 20 feet. 20 feet? You're pulling my leg, right? In addition, the corridor is 3 floors from the ground, or roughly 50 feet. What's more, the culprit would be leaping to a precarious place. An unstable ladder. Just call us a circus, Edgeworth. Human beings feel fear in dangerous situations. It's a basic survival instinct. But remember, it said that the killer, no, the spy, the subject's emotions rarely fluctuate, and he doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. So therefore, he wouldn't feel fear. If this is about, like, the Phantom. An ordinary person would certainly hesitate before jumping. Or even freeze in fear and not jump at all. Wait. If this person's psych profile from 7 years ago is the same for the person now who killed Clay, who is the killer then? Who is the killer? She's dead. It can't be Aura. He was in the building. He discovered the body with detective arms here. He was in jail at the time of his death. He's unconscious on the floor. He is dead. Who, other than Adina, is the killer?
Objection!
But the culprit had just murdered someone. They weren't in an ordinary state of mind.
Objection!
Nevertheless, why would they have taken that kind of risk? They could have waited for the switch to be completed and escaped to a boarding lounge too.
Objection!
Because there was a security camera in boarding lounge too. The culprit knew they would be recorded if they left the Space Museum that way.
Objection!
In that case, the culprit could have hidden in the museum until things settled down, and then blended in with the other people after the museum was open. That's a good point. But you claim that, despite all this, the culprit took a 20-foot death-defying leap, and all in the brief moment the corridor and ladder passed by each other. That's also a good point. They would have needed a running start while the corridor was moving to make that jump. And if their timing was off, or if they couldn't jump far enough, it would have been instant death. What kind of person would attempt something like that? Stop bringing up good points, Edgeworth. This true culprit of yours is nothing but a figment of your imagination. Why do you always have to point out every flaw? Mr. Edgeworth's right. That does sound pretty insane. The culprit would have to be someone who feels no fear, like a stuntman. But everyone feels fear on some level, right? Wait a minute. Aha! I got it this time. I can prove that there is someone who could have used this alternate escape route. Oh, can you now? This proves the possibility of a person who could have used this alternative escape route. Yeah, this Phantom's psych profile.
Take that!
What's that, Mr. Wright? This is a certain person's very interesting psych profile. The subject doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. In other words, this person doesn't feel happiness, sadness, or fear. Doesn't feel fear? Right. You can't be serious. Without the constraints of fear, he could easily do what an ordinary person wouldn't dare. Just as you or I do a broad jump on the ground without the slightest fear. This subject could make a 20-foot leap, 50 feet up in the air. He could choose this extreme way of escaping without hesitation. So you're saying that to a person without fear, the alternative route would be quicker and eliminate the chance that they'd be spotted? That's definitely pretty extreme, Mr. Wright. But was there such a person there at the scene? Yes, the Phantom, that mysterious shadowy figure who keeps popping up. Oh dear, the Phantom. Again? I knew the Phantom was there behind the scenes of the Space Center bombing, but I wasn't sure if he was connected to the murder of Clay Tieran as well. However, now it's all clear. The Phantom is the one who not only bombed the Space Center, but also killed Mr. Tieran. What? What? That kind of gets rid of my theory of Clay Tieran being the killer from 7 years ago. Or, yeah, the killer from 7 years ago. Do we even still have that? Yo, why is the music so intense? Oh, wait. I don't have a videotape anymore. Bro, am I playing like... am I fighting a boss with this music? Order in the court. Order, I say. Mr. Wright, please continue. There were just too many similarities between this case and the one from 7 years ago. But why, you may ask? It can only be because both incidents were the work of the same Phantom. So then, this Phantom is the one who killed Clay? But who is he? This Phantom has been haunting this case, pulling the strings in the background. Who could this unidentified international spy be? Right. This escape route must have been part of the Phantom's plan from the start. As was tricking Director Cosmos into switching the launch pads. The bomb on the second floor was meant to make the elevators and stairs unusable. That's why he gave advance warning and planted the bombs where he did. Yes, I think you're right. But it doesn't explain this one last thing. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? The robotics lab wasn't the only room with an emergency ladder, but he couldn't have made that leap unless he was certain which one it would be. Wait. Is it possible that Detective Fulbright is the murderer? He and Aura Blackwell were the only ones who knew that the emergency ladder in the robotics lab was used. He told her to use that. Hold on. Could the detective be the spy? Could the detective be the killer? Hold the phone. Hold on. No. It could... No way. So you mean... the Phantom must be someone who knew that particular ladder was going to be used? Oh no. Oh no. Detective Bobby Fulbright is the only one who knew. If this is the case, Detective Fulbright was the murderer from 7 years ago who killed Dr. Sykes and who killed Clay Tieran, who he's been helping us in every episode so far. He's been an ally. That's right. Who could it be? Wait a minute. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation. Oh my god! Oh my god! You guys! It's Detective Fulbright! Detective Fulbright is the killer! Oh my god. Miss Blackwell lowered the ladder after being told to by the detective leading the... Ah! You've got to be kidding me. Did he figure it out right? Do you know who the Phantom is? Oh my god. Oh my god. And the Phantom has been with us this entire time. Simon Blackquill has been stressed for the last 7 years about looking for this Phantom who has been by his side the entire game. The man who's the reason why he's behind bars has been by his side the entire game. Yes, I do. Who is it? Who killed Clay? Our mysterious spy, known as the Phantom, is none other than... Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sick to my stomach as well. Organic solvent, hello. Knew something was up with him. I thought he was just the bumbling fool like Detective Gumshoe was from the first 3 games. I've never been so stressed. My theory, completely wrong. I never thought this man. At the explosions, a member of the staff crossed paths with a certain detective. I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. As for the detective who was leading the evacuation from the 4th floor, he had a very specific objective in mind. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. His objective was to secure his own escape route. We lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter. This is the detective you all know. He's even the lead detective on the current case. He appears to be a very emotional man, but his psych profile says he's without emotion.
Take that!
I wish y'all could see me right now. My mouth is just wide open. What are you saying? You mean the Phantom is Detective Bobby Fulbright? Exactly. We were all taken in by his fake persona. Detective Fulbright's real identity is the Phantom. Yo, I need Simon Blackwell out here now. Ace Attorney's always so good. It really is. It really is. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, how could this be? That's easy, Your Honor. Detective Fulbright was leading the 4th floor evacuation effort. Our first clue is that he made no attempt to have any other ladder put to use. The ladder in the robotics lab is the only one he ordered to be lowered. The second is that he directed everybody to the basement shelter via this ladder. Verily, it was all part of a plan to create an escape route. After Detective Fulbright saw to it that the ladder was lowered from the robotics lab, he went to the lounge where he killed Clay Tyrion and escaped into the Space Museum. The museum started moving slowly, so he waited for the right time and got a running start. And just as the corridor was passing the ladder, he leaped onto it. I don't believe it. That addle-padded detective did all that? Was it really him? I mean, all this time, I thought... Sorry, we didn't catch your name. My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright, and he's always wore gloves. So we can't see the stab wound on him. The heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil. The champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. And my catchphrase? It's in justice we trust. Then, his concern for Simon was also just one big act. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. That monster killed Clay. He had me completely fooled. Come to think of it, he's the one who brought that bloodstained lighter to court too. The scumbag even made me turn on Adina. Damn it. How the hell did I fall for that? For all that? For him to have wormed his way into the police department as well. Your Honor, the defense demands the questions of Detective Bobby Fulbright. I'll tell you one thing. We need to hear his thoughts now. Yes, I agree that we need to hear from him right away. The court will take a short recess and then Detective Fulbright will take the stand. Oh my god. Stress. I can't believe I was wrong with my plot twist, but this is still a great plot twist. December 20th, 5:13 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 5. Posture check. Oh. And we'll share a yawn. The drama of these games can't be beat. No, you're absolutely right. We was talking about that earlier. Just every time I think the plot twist at the ending of the game to, you know, bring everything to a conclusion is great, then we play the next Ace Attorney game, and it's just as great. It was needed after that plot twist. No, that's wild. I'll be honest, I never suspected Fulbright. I thought he was just the bumbling detective idiot like Gumshoe was. We haven't had one. Gumshoe was our bumbling detective idiot for the first 3 games. Then the last game we had I don't remember her name, but the main character of the last case in the first game, was it? I can't remember. Or the 3rd game. It's one of these games. I can't remember her name, but she was our detective in the last game. And now this one, we had him. I just thought they was going for that type of character again, the bumbling detective. He gave off Gumshoe vibes, because I low-key actually missed Detective Gumshoe. So I just thought that that's who he was. I did not actually expect him to be the killer who's caused all of this. Thank you so much, Miss Wright. If it wasn't for everything you did, I... Don't thank me yet. We still have an uphill battle to fight. You got it, boss. Apollo. Oh, this is awkward. Adina, can you do me a favor? Huh? What is it? Could you punch me, please? What? Why should I do that? Because I should have believed in you. I let the seed of doubt inside me get the best of me. I'm really sorry that I didn't trust. Ouch! Don't be such a dope. I was really touched by what you did. Huh? Now what are you talking about? I want to believe in Adina. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really fully trust her. You took the time and effort to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. After all that, how could I punch a true friend like you, Apollo? You didn't have any trouble slapping him seconds ago. Thanks, Adina. And thank you for waking me up to reality again. Guess I know now who to call if I ever get sleepy in court. Looks like you have some promising young people working under you. Oh, Edgeworth. I didn't know who was talking. Edgeworth. Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself, and they're not afraid to keep me in line. Anyways, I have some very good news. Or Blackpool has surrendered and the hostages have been set free. Trucy and all the others? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Blackwell said she had something she really needed to do, so I granted her special permission to do what she must. I wonder what it is. Miss Blackwell. I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're thinking. My actions are what allowed the truth of what happened 7 years ago to come to light. But I did come because I had something to say to all of you. Miss Aura. She better not be here to just complain about something. Miss Blackwell, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault. Yes, it's true, the courts are filled with incompetent idiots. Still, I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me. Oh, Miss Aura, does this mean you're starting to trust the system again? No, of course not. Be quiet, hunk of junk. It's just, I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Menace's killer down. Leave it at us. We'll get him. So I guess that means she's starting to trust us, at least. Aura. Simon, I'm so glad both you and the princess were cleared of all suspicion. And it's all thanks to me and my robots. You better be grateful. I never imagined you would go that far. Though you always were extreme. But I don't recall ever requesting your help. As close as ever, I see. Well, now that you've been released, I guess it's my turn to go live in the slammer. I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial. You probably give me the death penalty. You know me all too well. I guess love can take on a variety of expressions, including stunted in their case. But I truly was about to be executed tomorrow. Though, because of you, it looks like I won't be crossing the 6 just yet. You have my heartfelt thanks, Aura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish. Simon. I'm so glad, Simon. So very glad to hear you say that. Aura. Alright, that's enough of that. Bailiff, take me to the detention center. What Miss Blackwell did was inexcusable. But it's clear she did it out of love for her brother. I still can't wrap my mind around Detective Fulbright being the Phantom. I can't believe he killed Clay. Right. And murdered my mentor, which brought great distress upon little Adina. Chief Prosecutor. Yes? I would ask a favor. Would you allow me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial? Ah, snap. He wants to get revenge for his mentor. I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hand. That was my plan all along. After all, it's highly unconventional for a man of my position to stand in court. Sir, the formal paperwork has yet to be filed, but you are hereby conditionally released. Please take the prosecutor's bench in your official capacity and uncover the truth by your own hand. I'm much obliged. Uh-oh. The day to part with these has come at last. Chief Prosecutor, could you? How long have I waited? Maybe it's a sense of freedom, but even the air seems fresher, the light brighter. And I will relish slashing that blackguard Fulbright to shreds without mercy. I don't have to be able to read his heart to see how happy he is. I'm so glad, but I won't cry just yet. After all, we still got a trial to finish. It's okay to cry, Adina, I promise. Prosecutor Blackwell, Mr. Wright, please avenge Clay's death for me. What are you talking about, Apollo? You're coming to the defense's bench with me. I am? Well, I can't expect Adina to assist me now, can I? She's a defendant. That leaves you, Apollo. But are you sure you want me? I took a leave of absence and everything. Well, our office is pretty short-handed, and you're all I've got. Thank you, Miss Wright. Apollo. Adina, I can say it with all my heart now. I believe in your complete innocence. And now we're going to prove it to the world. Thank you, Apollo. I know you could do it.
So,
But you just gotta
won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right?
Right, because I'm fine now.
Oh. Now, this is the Apollo I know. Welcome back, Apollo. It's almost time for the trial to restart, though it looks like you have things well in hand. Yep. I should head back to the prosecutor's office. But why? I want to look into a few things. Namely, the first people on the scene 7 years ago, the facial data registered by the robot, and Detective Fulbright's background. Sounds great, Edgeworth. Thanks. I expect to be repaid with a victory, right? No, if you could excuse me. Okay, you two. All set to go? You bet I am. Let's do this. Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice, let's go. This is it. The final battle. The murder of Apollo's friend. The courtroom bombing incident. And the case that ushered in the dark age of the law 7 years ago. Destiny has called us to bring the one responsible for it all to justice today. December 20, 5:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Let us now reconvene. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has never been more ready. You know, this is the first time we've been at the defense bench together since I debuted. Now that you mention it. Although back then I thought you were more loud than you were reliable. And you've really come a long way since then, Apollo. You've grown a lot. Well, there has been some hiccups, but I guess I've done pretty well. He's still got that ego of his, though. Prosecutor Blackwell, with the 7-year mistake now resolved, you can finally take your rightful place. Yes, I guess we can keep the chit-chat for later. Bailiff, please bring in the witness immediately. Even with those handcuffs off, Prosecutor Blackwell seems to be pretty much the same. 7 years of grumpiness doesn't go away so easily, I guess. All right, here we go, y'all. Look at that smile on his face. Ha 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 ha. Bobby Fulbright here. I heard I was needed on the stand, so here I am. Detective Fulbright. Do you know why you have been called to give testimony? Yep, because there is only one reason why I be called. And that is because it's time for justice. And justice we trust.
Objection!
You can't fool us with that act anymore. Your justice is nothing but lies. What? Are you questioning the integrity of my sense of justice? I mean, sure, sometimes I make mistakes, but hey. He's acting exactly the same as always. Tell me about it. He must be feeling awfully confident. Fulbright, if you wish to dispel our suspicions, then let's get to your testimony. Alright, fine. You want me to prove my righteousness? I can certainly do that. The embodiment of justice. Ha 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 ha. I am the very embodiment of justice itself. I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments. And this bit about the escape route is only a theory. You don't have any proof. What we do have is proof that Adina Sykes is the culprit. This lighter with her print on it. So you're saying the suspicions against you are completely false? And that the defendant is the real culprit? Injustice. Oh. That's right. The lawyer's escape route is totally circumstantial. He doesn't have any proof that I made a big leap onto a ladder. We don't have proof. You are correct about that. However, you don't have any proof for your claim either. No, I guess you're right. But you can't define justice with evidence. Who can define it anyway? Justice. Just is.
Objection!
Don't make me break out a dictionary on you. It's crazy how you remember seeing these games released separately only to hope to see them together, and here it is. Right? Absolutely. I never played these games as a kid. I knew of the Phoenix Wright series. That was it. I didn't know anything about it. I just knew it was a visual novel game. And then someone in the community bought the game for me for my birthday to stream. And I've been hooked since. This is honestly one of the best series I've ever played. Please don't throw the book at me. Ugh, tell me the Phantom didn't just make me set up a stupid pun for him. Let's just try not to lose focus, alright? But my justice is crystal clear. What's not clear are your eyes. Wake up and smell the justice.
Silence!
Enough of your rubbish, Fulbright. If you have even an ounce of justice, then you will answer the court's questions and prove it. Prosecutor Blackwell? Prosecutor Blackwell looks torn. Well, Fulbright was his partner after all. Prosecutor Blackwell is right. The truth will be revealed in the cross-examination. The suspicions against Detective Fulbright are, at this point, only suspicions. As is my duty, I will judge the claims against the detective as impartially as I can. Does anyone have any objections? That's fine, Your Honor. Ha 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 ha. Now, ask away and don't hold back. Well, there don't appear to be any objections. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. The embodiment of justice. Ha 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 ha. I am the very embodiment of justice itself.
Hold it!
The embodiment of justice? Those are just empty words. But they say if you keep saying something, it can eventually become the truth. Well, let me start saying I will win the lottery. Or I will win the Mega Millions or the Powerball. I'll say that every minute then, if that's the case. Isn't that how people make their dreams come true too? By wishing over and over. Alright. Let's just move on. I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments.
Hold it!
My arguments are hardly far-fetched. There's careful reasoning behind my theory. Yes, well, apparently there's reasoning behind even a tofu burger. But what we have against Miss Sykes, though, is not just reasoning, but solid evidence. And it's called the lighter, with Miss Sykes' fingerprints on it and the victim's blood. Yes, that's true. But wait, Detective Fulbright was the one who brought that evidence to trial. If you harbor any suspicions, I suggest you ask Fulbright, right, Dono? Especially about that lighter. He's right, but what exactly should I ask about? The position of the prints? The number of the prints? I would think the positioning of the prints is what's important here. But I guess the number of the prints is just as important because there should it should only be Adina's and no, it should only be Adina's prints on it, right? It shouldn't be any. Let's just go with the number. So how many prints were found exactly? 3. The thumb, the index, and the middle finger of her right hand. Multiple people had that light. That's what I'm thinking. Your Honor, that is an important statement. Could we please have it? Added to my testimony? You got it. He beat me to it. Ha ha ha. Be it investigating or testifying, speed is the key. 3 prints were on the lighter, the thumb, index, and the middle fingers of a right hand. He is, actually.
Hold it!
So 3 prints from a right hand were found on the lighter, huh? Are you certain of this? I stake my life on it. Mr. Wright, isn't it odd he's saying the prints are from Adina's right hand? Why would he say that? Well, think about it for a sec. Oh, Adina wears gloves. Oh, and her thumb and her middle finger and her index finger are covered. Adina always wears that glove on her right hand, right? So there's no way she leaves prints on those 3 fingers from her right hand. Hey, great point. Why didn't I catch that one? Detective Fulbright, I'm sure you heard our discussion just now about how Miss Sykes always wears a glove on her right hand. Well, I have only one thing to say to that. Do you have evidence that she was wearing that glove at the time of the incident? I guess we don't. If you want to prove the defendant innocent, you'll have to ask better questions than that. Like I need a lecture from you, Smiles McGoo. I should try asking him about something else. The prince position? Or let's just press on like this. Let's say the prince position. Please tell the court about the position of the prints on the lighter. They're around the same spot on either side, as they would be if she were holding it. I suppose if it were used to light the room, it would be held that way. I believe this is important. Please swap this statement into your testimony. The prints were placed the way they would be if someone were holding it. Oh, so they... Okay, so they completely got rid of the previous statement of it being, this, like the whole, fingers, okay. Can we switch back to the previous one? Yes, Miss Blackwell did mention she saw a lit lighter being held up. Yep, meaning the person Miss Blackwell saw was the owner of the fingerprints. It just strengthens the argument against Miss Sykes. Ugh, this line of question is going to get me anywhere except conviction land. Should I try asking something else? The number of prints. Okay, we got this. Okay, let's see. Space sensor diagram, utility. Space sensor pamphlet, hope capsule. Each one. Okay. Autopsy report. You trying to defend the victim and escape the corridor? Right. Spread door lock. Okay. Or saving. The perp held a lighter with the Earth emblem on it in their left hand and a knife in their right. Oh! He said 3 prints were on the right, on the lighter. The thumb, index, and the middle fingers of a right hand. Well, right there.
Objection!
You say the prints were from a right hand. Is that correct? That's right. Very clear prints. But that just doesn't add up. Huh? What doesn't add up? According to Miss Blackwell, who saw the culprit herself, the person held the lighter in their left hand. Oh? So here's the dilemma before us. Why are the prints on the lighter from a right hand instead of left? You're right. It doesn't make sense, does it? Your Honor, this lighter can hardly be called incriminating evidence. The witness claims don't even hold water. Detective Fulbright, I hope you had a good explanation for this. I just can't understand it. They're definitely right-hand prints. But then why are they inconsistent with Miss Blackwell's statement? I got it. What have you got, Detective? The mirror. The witness must have seen a reflection of the culprit in the mirror. Go on. Miss Blackwell was looking in through the window of boarding lounge 1, wasn't she? I believe so. If you mean the little window in the back to the right of the room. That's right, and across the room on the opposite wall is a large mirror. I do remember seeing it. Ah, so are you saying... Yes, the culprit Miss Blackwell saw must have been a reflection of that person in the mirror. No, that's stupid. Ah, I see. In that case, right and left would appear reversed, wouldn't they? Now do you see? That's the logic of pure justice.
Objection!
Your argument is only conjecture. You don't have any proof that what Miss Blackwell saw was a reflection.
Silence!
Right, don't know. You'd sooner nick yourself than him like that. Put some more muscle into it. Huh? That's right. Besides, the lighter couldn't have been in the left hand. And why not? Miss Blackwell said she saw an Earth emblem on the lighter, didn't she? That emblem's only on one side of the lighter. You're right. There's no emblem on the other side. Exactly. As blank and smooth as a judge's fine scalp. If the culprit had held the lighter in the left hand, they would have covered the emblem. So... I can't actually look at that. Okay. I wanted to look at the picture that Aura described for us. Uh-oh. What's more, this is the kind of lighter you flick open with your thumb before lighting. So if the culprit had held it in the left hand with the emblem out and visible, they wouldn't have been able to open it, let alone light it. But if they had held it in their right hand, they could easily open it and light it. This all means that the culprit was definitely holding the lighter in their right hand. No! Come back, my beautiful contradiction. It appears you planted a flower that bears no fruit. See how it withers before my flower of justice? He's tough. He's managed to discredit almost everything I've proven up to this point. In justice we trust. Now do you see? I'm not this phantom you've been talking about. I mean, are you sure there really is a spy? I bet they're just a figment of your imagination. Oh, it's so sad, so very sad, but I'm afraid Miss Sykes is the culprit.
Hold it!
How do you know about the spy? Detective Fulbright, I believe you said that the emblem is only on one side of the lighter. Are you sure about that? Of course I'm sure. Why don't you take a look for yourself and see? Do you see an Earth emblem on both sides of the lighter? Is it a sociopath? I knew it. You're lying, detective. Pardon me? You mean... Yes, my bracelet reacted to his statement about the emblem. He's definitely hiding something big. And I think if we use my talent, we might be able to figure it out. Justice Donald, are you to use that cheat of yours again? It's not cheating, Prosecutor Blackwell. Very well. Whether I like it or not, I suppose we should use whatever works right now. Go on, then. Yeah, Prosecutor Blackwell's reluctant blessing, apparently. Okay, Apollo, you're up. Here goes, then. Detective Fulbright, you repeat that last sentence one more time? What in the world are you up to? Basically, Zen. So, in the last game, Apollo discovered that he had the ability to detect people lying. If his bracelet starts to, like, basically vibrate on his wrist, then he can use, like, his right eye to, like, see through lies that people told. It comes really, and it comes really handy. Helped us save a lot of cases. The bracelet's from his mom, who's like a medium or something like that. I can't remember the full backstory of what she is. So he got like special channeling abilities. I'll say it as many times as you like. Listen carefully. The Earth emblem is only on the side that you can see when held in the right hand. Alright, we gotta look for any issues. We'll start down here. What we're looking for is movement, twitching, some sort of clear sign that he is lying. So I just wanna... Oh my god, this is so slow. Alright, right hand didn't move at all. Let's listen again. Let's look at his face. He doesn't blink at all. You're not blinking at all. Oh, okay, he blinked. Alright, so nothing in his face is giving it away. Aha!
Gotcha!
You was twitching. Detective Fulbright, you might not be aware of it yourself, but whenever you say the phrase the Earth emblem, your left thumb moves. In fact, it appears as though you're running it along the edge of your holster. Mr. Lawyer, I don't have the foggiest notion of what you're talking about. Be that as it may, I know it has something to do with the lighter. Let me explain it. Well, why? You're not making any sense. You can't just...
Silence!
Be still and do as you're told, fool Bright. If you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't mind them having a look-see, should you? What? Not you too, Prosecutor Blackwell? I'm not sure what this is all about, but if Prosecutor Blackwell insists, it must be something important. I will allow the defense to examine the lighter. Good. Now maybe we'll learn something new. I hope so. Now let's check every inch of this thing. Okay. It's hard to tell if the prints are from a right hand or left just by looking. I don't think looking at each print with the naked eye will tell us anything new. But this lighter definitely hides a secret. I agree. Let's check it out carefully. So this is the Earth emblem Detective Fulbright was talking about. See anything noteworthy? Huh? Hey, look at this. The emblem's actually some kind of button. Ah, oh. Oh. A gun? The .10 caliber gun! It's gotta be a .10 caliber. Because we found a .10 caliber bullet left behind at the scene of the crime. Wow, it transformed into something. A handle. A trigger. Is this what I think it is? There's no question, it seems. What you have there is a gun. A what? A gun. So that's it. Your Honor, please recall this morning's trial when Director Cosmos was on the stand. The bullet that hit the oxygen tank was extremely small, maybe a .10 caliber. This little compact gun probably takes bullets of that caliber. It looks like this is the gun that was fired at the scene. I'm flabbergasted. The lighter was a gun. He got a lighter and lit up someone. He literally did. So when Detective Fulbright would touch his holster, that's right, whenever he mentioned the Earth emblem, he must have subconsciously thought about the secret behind the lighter. In other words, he knew it was a gun from the very beginning. A lighter that transforms into a gun seems like a spy gadget to me. It's not the kind of thing any ordinary person can get their hands on. In fact, I say it's strictly in the domain of elite spies. Detective Fulbright, you will explain yourself. He's too calm. There's nothing for me to explain. I didn't know the lighter could transform. Love James Bond, so I can confirm that. I mean, it was found in the Space Museum, and then I brought it straight in. I didn't even have time to check it out.
Objection!
Whenever you mentioned the Earth emblem, you touched your holster. You subconsciously did that because you knew it was a gun. Accuse me all you want, but where is your proof? Do you have any evidence that I knew the lighter was a gun? Not exactly. And whose prints are on it? Miss Sykes' prints. It proves that she's the culprit who fired the gun at the scene. It would appear that the detective is right. Are you guys really trying to prove your client innocent or what? Although, it pains me to do this now that we are where we are. I have to make the following assertions coming from the prosecution side. The person who fired the gun at Director Cosmos in the lounge after the incident, and the person Miss Blackwell saw holding the lighter, and the person who murdered Mr. Terry, and the person who bombed the Space Center, are all the defendant Adina Sykes. The prints on the lighter are decisive proof. No! Now do you see? A man on the side of justice couldn't possibly be the culprit. And I think this about sums up Miss Sykes' part in the whole affair. The evidence certainly does seem to point to the defendant's guilt. Do you have anything to say, Prosecutor Blackwell? Evidence is everything in court. Therefore, Fulbright's claims stand firm. But, calm down, Apollo. He's just saying that because he has to as a prosecutor. Mr. Lawyer, our job is to pursue criminals in the name of justice. You shouldn't cast suspicion on people based on something as dubious as a habit. In fact, you have a bad habit of showing up in court with an awful case of bedhead.
Objection!
Says the man who wears sunglasses at night. If it's proof you want, it's proof you'll get. I'll prove that this lighter is not Miss Sykes, but yours. Sounds like you've hit on something, Apollo. It's just, if the prints on the lighter are the basis for accusing Adina, I think we should reconsider the credibility of the evidence itself. You mean, you think this lighter might be forged evidence? That's right. It could be all part of Fulbright's, bigger plot. Did he do anything out of the ordinary when I was off on my own? I could definitely think of a few things. It is indeed. Have a look at this. What's this? A lighter. Detective? We'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge. Oh yes, I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift. If we assume he's been laying a big trap for all of us all along, there's gotta be something off about this piece of evidence. What's wrong with the lighter as a piece of evidence? How the prints were left on it? The owner of the prints, where the prints are on it. Okay. The owner of the prints? Are they really Adina's fingerprints? They definitely match her print data. But what about the data itself? Detective Fulbright, you were the one who provided us with the lighter and print data. Isn't that correct? Yes. What about it? You say Miss Sykes' print matched the print data. But I have to wonder, was the data you used official? Mr. Wright, are you suggesting that the evidence might be fabricated? I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's re-examine the prints. Using the official sanctioned print data of the people involved in this case. What? You dare insult the epitome of justice and integrity? There is no need for such antics.
Silence!
Your Honor, I lend my voice to the defense's request. You must allow the test to be rerun. Very well then. Bailiff. Ah, it appears that the official data is here. And the results? It's just as the defense claims. This proves that the prints on the lighter do not belong to the defendant. Yes. The fingerprints actually belong to the victim, Mr. Clay Tyrion. A lighter that can transform into a handgun, it has Clay Tyrion's fingerprints and blood on it. Those were Clay's fingerprints on the lighter? Ah, I see. Come to think of it. Wasn't it you, Fulbright, who collected the victim's prints? I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all. When he took the deceased fingerprints, he could have easily planted his prints on the lighter with his blood. Exactly, Black Quill. After which, you wiped the blood off his hand. Ugh. By your own admission, you were also the one who compiled the phony print data. All to put the blame on Miss Sykes. Well, that alone should prove Adina's innocence immediately. Her fingerprints are not on the light, therefore she's not the one who did it. This ploy must have been to distract us from the Phantom who was behind everything. You were out to create the impression that the Phantom wasn't the true culprit. So does this mean Detective Wright really is the Phantom? Remember the killer's escape route? No ordinary person would have been fearless enough to attempt it. Nobody but the Phantom, the man with no emotions, could have done it. Ugh. Detective Wright, you were the only one who could have used that escape route. Ugh. Fulbright, are you really the Phantom? Answer me, or so help me I will slash you to tiny slivers where you stand. Ah! Alright, I'll talk. I confess. I am not the Phantom.
Silence.
It's all over. Now be a man in the middle already. But I'm not a spy. I'm an undercover investigator. I've actually been after the Phantom myself. Oh my god. Are we telling the truth or what? An undercover investigator? That sounds less than wholesome to me. Judge. Under the cover investigator. Someone fire this man. I want him out of my courtroom. A person who hides his identity and secretly investigates in order to uncover information. And that's what you really are, Fulbright? That's right, I was working to track down the Phantom, but sadly, even though I was supposed to catch the spy ended up catching me. He took my family hostage and forced me to cooperate with him. What? This sounds so unbelievable.
Objection!
You're telling us this now? But if what you say is true, then who was the mystery person Miss Blackwood and Mr. Starbucks saw? It was the Phantom, I tell you. All I did was help him by having that emergency ladder lowered for him.
Objection!
I don't believe you. And how do you explain the fabricated lighter? That was also one of the Phantom's demands. Being the detective in charge of the case, it was easy for me to fabricate evidence. Pinning the crime on Adina Sykes was just another one of the Phantom's orders. And you expect me to buy that? Fulbright, what was the Phantom's ultimate objective? I was told it was to sabotage a rocket launch. Someone who didn't want the launch to happen must have given him the order. Actually, I have to apologize to you too. The Phantom told me to get close to you. He ordered me to get back that site profile you have on him. So he set a buzzard of his own to tell me this past year, did he? I haven't been a champion of justice. I've just been a pawn of evil. A pawn of the Phantom who stole the moon rock and killed Dr. Sykes 7 years ago. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. He has top secret information for all kinds of corporations and countries. Oh god, I don't know what to believe right now. So there's a number of organizations that want him dead. If people believe I was the Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. Why, I bet even now. There are assassins lurking nearby. This case is about the Phantom after all. With the ceiling blown off, I suppose you are vulnerable to a sniper shot in the courtroom. Just 2 seconds ago, Fulbright was treating Adina like a criminal. Does he really think he's going to lie his way out of it now? But on the surface, everything does seem to make sense. This could be bad, Mr. Wright, if he can't find a flaw in his logic. That's right. After we come all this way, we can't let Fulbright wriggle free now. There, I finally told the truth. Now I hope you see how foolish it was to think I was the Phantom. You're an intelligent man, Prosecutor Blackwell. You believe me, right? No, we don't believe you. I believe you. I don't think you're the Phantom. What? How can you say that, Prosecutor Blackwell? It's obvious he's the Phantom.
Silence.
Evidence is everything, right, don't know. And you must admit there is no clear evidence that Fulbright is the Phantom. Ugh. Yes, as I recall, the only solid proof we've seen up to this point is the fact that Detective Fulbright fabricated evidence. But I've known Fulbright here for a year now, and all this time he's been quite intent on rehabilitating me. I don't believe his efforts were a lie. Prosecutor Blackwell! This fool truly thought he could perform a death row inmate like me. He went so out of his way in his efforts for me, he actually became quite a nuisance, really. Prosecutor Blackwell, you believe me! Please tell me Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't really been taken in by this big phony. However, even if it was against your will, you still acted as the Phantom's accomplice. You will have to pay the price for that. Throw yourself at my mercy, and don't you ever betray me again. Have you got that? Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you! Not the judge crying, too. Such a bond of trust is a rare and beautiful thing. In any case, it looks like everything has been resolved. I can now hand down a not guilty verdict with confidence. Very good. I'm very glad to hear it. It's all over. Everything's been cleared up, and Miss Sykes will go free as well. Mr. Wright, we can't let the trial end here. If we do that, the Phantom, the man who killed Clay, will get away. I know, but what do I do? I don't have any proof that Detective Fulbright is the Phantom. Is this it? Is he going to get away just like that? Now, if you excuse me, my next investigation awaits. And with that, I'm off. The defense? No, wait. Not the defense. The defendant feels it's not time for a verdict yet and would like to see this trial continue. What? But I was just about to declare you innocent of all charges. It just doesn't feel right to be standing here. Hey, Apollo, think you could scooch over? Athena, what are you doing? Hope we don't get held in contempt of court. I have some questions for you, Detective Fulbright. Are you relieved that you are no longer under suspicion of being the Phantom? Are you grateful to Professor Blackwell for what he's done for you? Of course I am. I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. Athena, where are you going with these questions? I've yet to hear a single emotion behind any of Detective Fulbright's words, boss. The suspicion against him has been cleared up, but he's not feeling happy at all. What does that mean? We may not have any evidence, but the heart doesn't lie. That's it. With your special ability, we just might be able to stop him. Your Honor, the detective has been deeply traumatized by our accusations. Yes, well, even before all this, I thought he was a rather odd fellow. If he doesn't get counseling right away, who knows what might happen to him? Prosecutor Blackwell, can you believe the nonsense the defense is spouting? Fulbright, I think you better have that counseling. Not you too. You've been making batty remarks ever since you were accused of being the Phantom. Such as, you're an undercover investigator, and you feel he's been taken hostage. I fear you might have finally lost it. But I thought you believed me.
Silence.
Oh, how you amuse me so. What's going on here? That was an excellent bit of psychological manipulation just now, Simon. I knew you would catch on, Athena. Huh? Mind filling me in here? Guess we left you in the dust, huh, Mr. Wright? Simon was only pretending to believe Detective Fulbright, because he knew I noticed if there was a lack of emotion, like joy or relief in his response. So he gave me the chance to take a listen. And listen I did to the voice of Detective Fulbright's heart. What? You two were working together just now? Come now, Athena. Show us what's inside Fulbright's heart. You got it. Time to check the instant replay. Widget, mon ami. Let's do this. Thank you for believing me, Prosecutor Blackwell. I am an undercover investigator, but the Phantom was coercing me. He stole the moon rock and killed Dr. Sex 7 years ago. I'm a bad person for cooperating with such a man. But he took my family hostage. What else could I do? Even with all his over-the-top expressions and gestures, he's registering no emotion at all? It's just like I thought, and right in line with the Phantom's psych profile. Oh. Detective Fulbright, this lack of emotion proves you're the Phantom. Oh. Hey, what's going on? What is this man doing? He is creating discord in his heart to act like he has emotion. Look at his sunglasses. He's changing his watch. Definitely the spy. Wait, hold it. What do you think you're doing, detective? Me? I'm not doing anything. He's trying to hack into the Mood Matrix program. I can't do anything with this. Ugh! Fancy device you have there, but I'll tolerate no cheating, thank you. Hahaha, sorry about that. As an undercover agent, I tend to use my secret arsenal without even thinking. More like as a spy. Thanks, Prosecutor Blackwell. There. Now that you can't hack me anymore, I dare you to try or hide your lack of emotions from us. Look at the lack of emotion in his eyes. Compared to this moment, he's been all smiles. But now look at him. Lack of emotion? What are you talking about? Of course I have feelings. As a matter of fact, you wounded me very deeply with that accusation. What's going on? All of a sudden I'm getting overwhelming happy reading. Huh? He's literally crying as a river over there. Oops, my mistake. How about this? Grr. Yikes, now he's angry all of a sudden. What's he trying to pull? Like it as not, it would appear our friend is not completely without emotion. It's just as it says in Dr. Psych's profile of the Phantom. The subject has a unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation. Oh, I get it. So he has some emotion, right? Precisely. Which leads me to wonder why you can't sense any emotions from it at all. I believe it's most likely because he is controlling his emotions. Very good, Prosecutor Blackwell. You are correct. It is a result of my daily training. A very important skill for us undercover investigators, you know? More like for us spies. Seriously. I wonder why he suddenly showed several strong emotions. Wait a minute, I think I know. I sense there's a feeling you're trying to hide with your exaggerated emotions, detective. A feeling I'm trying to hide? That's a good one. You're the one who have been saying I'm the Phantom because I don't have any emotions. I was just trying to show you the range of deep emotions I truly possess. Then you had no objections to me analyzing you, right? No. Analyze away. But I will state it again. I am not the Phantom. And be forewarned that your analysis will have no effect. Because you are about to see an undercover agent, what an undercover agent could really do. Me, the Phantom? No way. Why are you happy now? Oh, I'm so sad. See, I told you, I have emotions. How dare you accuse me of being someone who would kill over a moon rock? Oh, hold on. I'm getting so many sounds here. How dare you accuse me of being someone who would kill over a moon rock? Oh, hold on. There's a rhythm to the beeps here, but on the third one of them isn't. Sad. All of them are blinking in and out. There's all a rhythm to it, but on the third one, sad is the only one that's consistently blinking. I do regret cooperating with the Phantom, of course. But I'm so glad this whole misunderstanding is cleared up. But sadness is blinking here too. I think it's the third statement, but is it sadness? It's gotta be sadness.
Got it!
I found it. I found the one emotion you're truly feeling. What? Hidden in the middle of that chaotic storm, I saw one emotion that never disappeared. When you talked about the moon rock, you felt a fear that wouldn't fade. Oh, that was fear? I thought that was sadness. Fear, huh? A fear that a man with hardly any emotion feels, huh? And it was a response to that moon rock. It's not the fool, right? I presume you feel fear concerning the moon rock because your identity will be revealed. You lost it. You failed to steal it. You lost it because, as I have mentioned before, the moon rock is in the mess of the detonator, like, debris from the courtroom. It is 7-K. That's pieces of the moon rock right there on the screen. You lost it. You lost the precious moon rock you went to so much trouble to get, didn't you? And that frustration has turned into fear in your heart. Oh, so frustrating. I can't stand it. I'm not so sure a man who can make that 20-foot leap would feel fear about that. Yeah, I guess you're right. Didn't the topic of what a spy might fear the most come up in our discussions earlier? That's a fool, right? I presume you feel fear. Oh, maybe not. Your identity will be revealed. You failed to feel it, to steal it? Well, I didn't lose a point, so why not? You tried but failed to steal the moon rock. That stain on your career as a spy has left you feeling afraid. The moon rock did indeed disappear from the laboratory. And I hardly think a person who feels so little would feel fear over a thing like that. Don't everyone jump on the Phoenix hype train all at once now. Okay, so it's the first one. Your identity will be revealed. Of course. That's it. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. He has top secret information for all kinds of corporations and countries. So there's a number of organizations that want him dead. If people believe I was a Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. Why, I bet of it now. There are assassins lurking nearby. This case is about the Phantom after all. Detective Fulbright, I think I know why you feel afraid. You're afraid that the moon rock will somehow reveal your identity. If its identity were revealed, he would be killed immediately. That's certainly enough to make even the Phantom feel afraid. Me? Afraid? I don't know what you're talking about. So, there really is something about the moon rock that would reveal his identity? Apparently so. Wait a minute. Maybe the Phantom didn't so much steal the moon rock, but more like he had to take it with him. Because there's something on it that would reveal his true identity. Oh, what the? Where do you think you're going? Not him trying to escape and then came right back down. I'm deceased. Me? I'm not going anywhere. Is it just me, or was he going to use that weird watch thing to try to get away? How many more of those toys does he have? And where can I get some? Where can I get myself some? Detective Fulbright, you will answer honestly to this court right now. Why do you feel fear in connection with the moon rock? In justice we trust, not emotions, Mr. Lawyer. Evidence is everything. I'm the Phantom because I'm afraid? Don't make me laugh. Ah! And what was that just now? But all human beings have hearts and experience emotions. Sometimes analyzing the case from a psychological perspective is the best way to find the truth. Ah! It's all just a waste of time. All your efforts at analysis serve no purpose. And now, in this dark age of the law, nobody would believe your claim that it's effective. In an era when evidence is fabricated, do you truly expect feelings to be accepted as proof? And where exactly is your proof that I fear the moon rock anyway? Ugh. Well, I admit I don't have any conventional proof, but I still say that examining a person's heart has its merits. Oh, really? Then why don't you listen carefully with those special ears of yours? Listen to the voices of the hearts of the people in gallery. Same, Zen. All I hear is distrust. The epitome of, I got an answer for everything. As you can see, the people are on my side. Because all they see is a strange little girl using a weird little machine. But it's not like I use analytical psychology to falsely accuse people. Uh-oh, she's got a Dina doubting herself. Miss Sykes' analytical psychology has breathed new life into the courtroom and has freed the hearts of many witnesses and has been key in getting the truth. Come here, Fancy. What's wrong with you? What nonsense! Your Honor, the defense's claims is a false one. I don't feel any kind of fear when it comes to the moon rock. I see. Very well, I would give the opinion of this court. In a trial, I don't feel that a person's emotions are quite as compelling as actual evidence is. But Your Honor, There, you see? Nobody believes you, and you trumped up charges. However, I do believe Miss Sykes' analysis can contribute to making the truth clear. I have seen her do this firsthand several times already. Surely you jest. So does this mean you will accept my findings in this trial, Your Honor? Yes, I believe your claim, Miss Sykes. I think there is merit in examining why the witness feels fear in regards to the moon rock. That is the court's opinion on this matter. Then that's a win for me. No, a win for analytical psychology. Now, Mr. Phantom, you will tell this court the reason for your fear. Analytical psychology? My fears? Fine. I'll show you precisely why those abstract things can be considered evidence. Oh my god. My fear of the moon rock. I felt fear when I thought about the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage. What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of the moon rock? None at all. So the very fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock means I'm not him. In fact, I'm on the side of justice. And there you have it. Now do you see why I'm afraid of the moon rock? Sure, you sound convincing enough. But so does any two-bit con artist. It's all meaningless in the absence of evidence. Oh god, what's he about to do now? Oh! Oh shit! The Phantom is like the mist. No flesh, no bones. My sword alone cannot cut it. Right, Dono? With your deductive reasoning and the body of evidence before us, let us send this miserable Phantom fellow to the other world together. You and I, Prosecutor Blackwill. We have a duty to bring the Phantom down and restore the people's faith in the courts. Indeed, by covering for Athena, I allowed the Phantom to escape. And as a prosecutor, I gave birth to the people's mistrust of my murder conviction. I bear part of the responsibility as well, for being suspected of forging evidence and losing my attorney's badge as a result. The two of us and the Phantom were there at the beginning of the Dark Age of the Law. Then it is our burden to cut away the foul specter we created, is it not? Until all that remains is the righteousness of the court and the faith of the people. Trust. Understanding. Fragile ideas of the masses who are controlled by emotion. Humans can't truly trust each other, which is exactly why the illusion of trust is so enticing.
Objection!
Once two people overcome their misgivings, that's where real trust is to be found. You're free to believe what you want, but trust like that is stronger than you and your lies always. I felt fear when I thought about the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom.
Hold it!
It only reminded you of the Phantom? Don't make me laugh. You are the Phantom. Evidence is everything in court of law. Did you forget? I was forced to testify over a silly thing like feelings. But those tactics won't work from here on out. You need a real evidence. Alright. I hate to admit it, but he's right. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage.
Hold it!
Your family? Like who in your family specifically? Oh, I don't know. Like, maybe my lover, for example. For example? Maybe. We need more concrete answer than that. Maybe my mother, my son, or my daughter. Maybe it was all of them. I'm so sad and worried. I missed him so much. Ugh, he's obviously lying. Look how upset I am. Is it any wonder I followed the Phantom's orders? What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of the moon rock? None at all.
Hold it!
You can't think of a single reason that the Phantom might be afraid of the rock? I thought the Phantom wasn't even supposed to have any feelings. How can someone like me, with my wealth of emotions, be expected to understand the guy? The Phantom, a person with very few emotions, would only be afraid of something really big, like his cover getting blown big. I'm willing to bet that the moon rock was something to do with his identity, but what? Maybe the Phantom's fingerprints are on the rock? Oops. But fingerprints can be wiped off. Then maybe he wanted the rock so bad he literally drooled on it and left his DNA? We're dealing with a spy here, Athena, not a slob. True. But maybe the DNA part isn't too far off. Huh? Something unexpected happened to him during the incident 7 years ago. He got stabbed in the hand. I just know I have something that can show why the Phantom is afraid of the moon rock. I'll continue with my testimony while you're pandering then, if you don't mind. Okay, knife. Anything on here that would give him away? Not really. Which is just all pieces of the bomb, except for 7K. 11 Ds and what looks like a microchip of some sort. 6B is just some iron plate. 11A looks like wires in a box. So the very fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock means I'm not him.
Hold it!
And how afraid are you exactly? I'm so scared I start to shake even when I see the moon in the sky. Do you shake when you see Miss Sykes scaring? Well, to be honest, since the very first time I met Miss Sykes, I felt more than a little frightened of her. I guess some people just inspire that much fear in others. Mr. Wright, you were thinking something mean-spirited and rude, weren't you? Of course not. Must beef up Miss mind-reading defenses. Now do you understand? The very fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock proves that. In fact, I am on the side of justice.
Hold it!
After all that you've done, how dare you speak the word justice? In justice we trust. I'll say it as much as I want and with absolute confidence. Whatever I say is just. That's how it works in this dark age of law. Okay. He won't get the best of me with that twisted argument of his. I'll find a way to get him right where I want him. Detective Fulbright, or rather the Phantom, feels fear in regard to the moon rock. He probably has something to do with being afraid that his true identity will be revealed. Right. So that's why the Phantom had to take the moon rock with him 7 years ago. In that case, if he has something to show the real cause of Fulbright's fear, we just might be able to expose his true identity. Okay. I worry about the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage. What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of the moon rock? None at all. It's gotta be the census because this is what we had the most conversation about. So I feel like it's the knife. The only thing he'd be afraid of, his blood is on the knife. That could reveal his identity. I don't think we have like anything else. I'm gonna just take a guess.
Objection!
I was right! Detective Fulbright, I assume you know what this is. Of course, that's the knife the Phantom used to kill Clay Terran. That's right. And the exact same type of knife Miss Sykes used 7 years ago when she stabbed the Phantom's hand. Yes, that was discussed earlier, as I recall. He dodged at first, so I only got his clothes. But I tried again. And this time you got him, didn't you? I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand. Miss Sykes then stated that she remembers the culprit bleeding. It's my theory that the culprit's blood got on the moon rock, and he was afraid that if the blood was analyzed, his true identity would be revealed. That explains why the Phantom had to remove the moon rock from the crime scene. You mean, if we ran the analysis now, we know who the Phantom is? Yes, I suppose so. But unfortunately, the moon rock in question is missing. That may be so, but I'm certain I can explain what happened to it in great detail. You can. Of course. Not. You don't actually expect us to believe that, do you? Because you don't fool me. Ah! What this court needs is a bully-free zone. And the infamous Sword of the Beguiling bluff. His edge is without compare. Come now, ready with me, and show us just how finely it cuts. Your Honor, this is an outrage! Oh, I mean, this is an outrage! Ah! Go on, Wright, Dono. Let's start with something that's been bothering me for a while. Now, the culprit supposedly removed the moon rock from the lab. But in this video of him, it's nowhere to be seen. Oh, you're right. But here's something to consider. What if the Phantom hid the moon rock somewhere at the scene of the crime? Hey Jay, what's up? Good thinking, boss. Security was super tight at the Space Center then. All that in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in these days. Hey Blue, what's up? How are you? All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. Couldn't even smuggle a withered old leaf through those checkpoints. Does this mean that the moon rock is still somewhere in the Space Center? In the name of justice, I proclaim that's impossible. And why's that? The Space Center was searched from top to bottom, and especially the lab. But the moon rock was never found. Ah, how could I forget about that? A sad but true fact. We still haven't a grasp on how it was done. But the Phantom made the moon rock vanish into the ether. There's no way it just disappeared. Logic and evidence tells us otherwise. The Phantom didn't have the moon rock on him when he left the lab. Yet a thorough police search didn't turn up anything. And it never turned up in the 7 years after that either. The Phantom made the rock disappear without physically removing it himself. But how? There must have been a way. Think, Phoenix, think. How did the moon rock vanish from the robotics lab? So, can you or can you not show what happened to the moon rock, Mr. Wright? Yes, I can. Your Honor. What? Oops. Sorry, I mean... What? In that case, let's have your answer, Mr. Wright. How did the Phantom make the moon rock disappear from the crime scene? By the Hope capsule? That's the only thing that it could have gone in. That's the Hope capsule, right? The one that went up with the Hat 1 rocket. He couldn't carry the rock out, but he could leave it in the center to be found either. Or couldn't. So there was only one safe place to stash it. The Hope capsule that was there in the lab that day. Yes, and the team must have loaded it onto the Hope space probe eventually. But if that's what happened, then the moon rock would have been launched into space along with the rocket. Preposterous. It would mean that for these past 7 years, the moon rock was... Exactly. The Phantom got rid of the moon rock in the most cosmic way he knew how. It was out there in the depths of space, aboard the Hope space probe. What? What? Order in the court. I understand now. The Phantom's original scheme was to sabotage the Hat 1 anyway. The villain used his primary objective to conveniently kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's right. He planned for the moon rock to be turned into cosmic dust out in space, thereby destroying the one piece of evidence that could reveal his true identity. But Mr. Starbuck and the others foiled the Phantom's plot. The Hope space probe sailed off safely on its mission and returned 7 years later, with the capsule intel. If we analyze the blood on the moon rock, it should make one thing crystal clear. That you were the Phantom all along, Detective Wright. So he killed Clay just so he can get the moon rock back? I believe so. His original assignment may have been just to sabotage the Hat too, but at the same time, he also had to retrieve the evidence of his crime 7 years ago. That's why he went to the boarding lounge and attacked Clay as he made his escape out of the rock with the capsule. But in the end, it was all he could do just to escape himself, so he didn't get the capsule. Clay must have done everything he could to stop Fulbright. He probably hung on that capsule for all it was worth until his very last breath. Oh, this is funny. You make me laugh, you really do. Yeah, Clay was collateral damage. Boy, he's totally out of whack now. It's game over for you, Detective Fulbright. Why don't you go back? Why don't you just admit it all now? There's nothing to admit. I'm Bobby Fulbright, undercover investigator, I tell you. I am not the Phantom. The blood of the rock is just another one of his schemes, a trap. Now I'm not sure what to think. I suppose that the Phantom is a spy worth his salt. A trap is not out of the question.
Objection!
Busted, bucko. But in that case, you could say anything is a trap. That's what makes a trap a trap. I've been framed into taking the blame for the Phantom. Your Honor, I believe further investigation is in order.
Silence.
Further investigation? More like plotting your escape. But no more. I will bring you to justice myself if I must. Here and now. I guess it's time to show you what I'm really capable of. Die, Simon Blackquill. Huh? Hey, you guys aren't really... Edgeworth. Looks like I made it just in time. Edgeworth. I have good news for you, Miss Wright. I uncovered some very crucial facts. Did you find something out about the Phantom's true identity? You might say that. I started by looking into the first person on the scene 7 years ago. All 3, an employee and 2 officers, were registered in the robot's recognition systems, but none of them looked the least bit like Detective Fulbright. It's not good. But there's more. I've yet to share my most important finding. Mr. Wright, Prosecutor Blackwell, you best brace yourselves. Uh-oh. I'm gonna take a wild guess. The real Detective Fulbright's dead. The man you see there before you, Bobby Fulbright, is already long dead. I knew it! I knew it. More evidence that this man is a spy. So he's been walking around claiming to be Bobby Fulbright all these years, these 7 years, I guess, I'm assuming. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? An unidentified body that was found a year ago. Oh. A year ago. Well, dang. Bobby Fulbright's been dead for a year. And no one at the police ring has, like, policing has, like, actually questioned this? No? No one cared? Has now been proven to possess Bobby Fulbright's fingerprints. Then does this mean... Yes. The man there is an imposter pretending to be Bobby Fulbright. An imposter? Then this man, who in the world is he? Enough of your trickery. If you will not reveal yourself to us, then I shall do it for you. What the? No! His face! Aw, look what you did to my mask. Mask? What is the meaning of this, witness? Okay, you got me. I guess I have to show you who I really am now. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy crap! Oh! Oh my, oh! Oh! What? Are you, what? Oh! No, exactly! I'm absolutely speechless. Like, this, what? What? Oh my god! I'm trying to wrap my brain around this. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I don't, this is too much. This is too much. I literally, okay. The plot twisted the plot that twisted itself. Yeah, I was saying last stream that it couldn't have been him. I was like, there's no way it's him. He's the defendant. He was unconscious. This, oh my god. Wait, but that's... Hey, Apollo. Yep, it's me, Solomon Starbuck. Mr. Starbuck, but that can't be right. You can't really be the Phantom, can you?
Silence.
Of course not. The real Starbuck was aboard the Hat 1, which was set to be destroyed. Yeah, this is just another mask. Oh. Bruh! Oh my... I'm about to end stream because this game. Bro. No, I hate everything too. I mean, didn't I tell you? I am an undercover investigator. I can change identities at will. I can't. I missed the ending of his sentence. I'm an undercover investigator. I can change identities at will. I can be anyone I want. No, this game does play with trust. It had me out here thinking that Starbuck really was the killer. Not so fast. I have the Phantom psych profile right here. If we compile a psych profile on you and compare the results. Ace Attorney would just go there. That's why you enjoyed it so much? Yeah. It would prove that you're the Phantom. Oh. It's time for me to show you the real meaning of the phrase, the end justifies the means. That voice. Those words. Oh my god, it's the principal from like episode 2 or episode 3. Okay. Zen, this was the killer from episode 3. So we know it's not him because this man's in jail. I cannot accept such evidence here, Miss Sykes. Professor Means? Mask? I'll take what I want by any means necessary. Now give me that evidence. Bro, what? Huh? You just snatched the paperwork. Time to take out the trash. Permanently. How could you? Now do you see how powerful the end justifies the means can be?
Silence.
How pathetic. You can't even speak without wearing another man's face. Ah, but that's the life of an undercover agent for you. My real face has no meaning or value to me at all. Or perhaps it really is the case that you don't even know who you are anymore. What must you see when you look in the mirror, Mr. Phantom? Not an awful lot, I'd wager. Well, aren't you just the master of psychology, Blackwill? That's right, I don't know who I am. I am always living as someone else for my assignments. I don't remember what my face looks like. Or even what my personality was like. My face, memories, personality, beliefs, emotions, and soul. I left them all behind. I have no self. I am no one. I am nothing but an endless abyss. Oh, what's with this guy? Is he even still human? And now we resume with your lesson, Professor Wright. Oh, huh? I believe you made this argument earlier. If you were to analyze the blood on the moon rock, you could prove that I am the Phantom. I believe there is blood on the moon rock in that capsule. Now that we know you aren't even Bobby Fulbright, your claims of a phantom trap won't work anymore. Then why don't you bring this moon rock in? This decisive evidence from the Hope capsule? I think I would do just that. Get ready, because the Hope capsule is about to seal your... Fudge. It was the courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence. It was blown to smithereens. No. It's right there. 7-K. We got it. Don't worry, y'all. We got it. We got the evidence. I've been talking about this evidence since the beginning of last episode. It looks like you have finally got on full marks for the defense for effort. But what a shame your hope was lost in that courtroom explosion. So that's the real reason this courtroom was blown up. It was all for the Phantom to destroy that one piece of evidence. I can't believe it. Have we really reached a dead end after coming all this way? Has the only evidence we have on this guy really been destroyed? How dare you continue to call me the Phantom? As I said all along, I'm just a nameless undercover agent.
Objection!
And the defense will continue to assert that you are the Phantom. Furthermore, we have proof. Or at least a prayer. No, I'm afraid that won't do, Mr. Wright. At least put some weight behind your swing, Wright, Dono. I know, I'm trying. There's only one thing that can unmask this menace, the moon rock. But that was blown to bits in the courtroom bombing. And yet, is it really gone without a trace? What if some tiny part, some little fragment still exists? Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture? Very well, Mr. Wright. Let's see your proof. What evidence will finally prove the Phantom's identity? Yes, the proof we've been talking about since the beginning of last episode!
Take that!
Isn't that the bomb that blew up the boardroom and the moon rock along with it? Are you saying this will reveal the Phantom's identity? Yes, Your Honor. Focus your attention on this photo taken after the bombing, specifically right here.
Take that!
Please take a look at this newspaper article. This article about the Hat won. Now please take note of the strange black and yellow rock there on the left. That's the moon rock. And when we look at this photo of the bomb fragments, see how there's a rock-like object with the same coloration? Oh my, yes, I see it. It would seem that the moon rock was much more durable than the Phantom thought. If you take a look at that fragment that the police found, we'll likely find one with blood. And DNA testing on that blood will prove the witness is indeed the Phantom. Unbelievable. But that's impossible. A surprise to be sure. That's one bloody tough rock. Let us have the fragments tested straight away. Oh, and you'll be having a DNA test too, fool Bright. Bailiff, contact the police department immediately and order the testing. A bloody tough rock. Prosecutor Blackwell, what do the test results show? There was a rock fragment that had blood on it that appears to be several years old. DNA testing revealed? Well, I'm sure you know full well what it revealed. They confirmed it was the witness's blood, didn't they? There's no use in trying to talk your way out of it anymore. Admit it, you are the Phantom.
Objection!
Huh? Mr. Wright, did you just raise an objection to yourself? No, I didn't say a word. That was my objection, Apollo. Oh my god. Huh? Oh. Why? It was a pretty good objection too, don't you think? Now he's mean? So, did you have an objection or not, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, no, not really, Your Honor. No, not you, Mr. Wright. I mean the witness, Mr. Wright. Could this trial get any more insane? Mr. Wright, this fragment of the rock in the photographs and those just like it, how can you be sure they're pieces of the same moon rock that was at the robotics lab? Care to explain what you mean? Well, there may have been a rock or two in the courtroom that had my blood on it. But how do you know they're not just rocks? You can't prove that they're the moon rock, right?
Objection!
Don't be absurd. Just compare the fragment with the rock in the newspaper article. Anybody can see that they're the same. They have the exact same coloration.
Objection!
But maybe some other rock with the same coloration happened to be in the courtroom. It's highly unlikely a rock with such a unique appearance just happened to be there. but you can't deny it's a possibility.
Objection!
But your blood was found on one of the fragments. Apollo, there's nothing suspicious about my blood being on a piece of rock. And why not? Now, I know it sounds like an excuse, but several years ago, I tripped and fell in this very courtroom and was hurt pretty badly. Maybe that's how my blood found its way onto a piece of rubble? Even he must realize how ridiculous that sounds. And yet, I suppose it's not completely out of the question. I see you're starting to sweat, Mr. Wright. I thought that the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. No, like I really hope we get an identification of this man. Like an actual identity. You're the last person I want to hear that from. Well, then why don't we get those fragments analyzed? We could ask an expert to verify if they were from the moon rock in the robotics lab or not. No, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that just isn't going to be possible. And why not? In order to prove that the fragments are from what you say they are from, you need a sample of the moon rock from 7 years ago to compare it with. Yeah, well, we got that because Athena's earrings is part of that. But that moon rock doesn't exist anymore, and there's no sample data left either. So you see, short of going back in time, there's no way to prove that any of the fragments are from the moon rock. Oh, no. Chill, you guys. Athena's necklace, slash, earring. There's really no way to prove it? Are you finally ready to throw in the towel?
Objection!
So the moon rock doesn't exist anymore, huh? That's right. It was such a valuable rock too. A shame, really. But it's lost to us forever. He's wrong. It's not completely lost. There's another piece of it, right here by our side. A shiny fragment of hope that can turn everything around. The final piece of evidence to put this phantom away for good. The defense has a piece of evidence that completely contradicts your claim. You have what now? A final fragment of hope that was passed down with great love and care. We do? We do, even if the person holding it hasn't realized it yet. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Pay no attention to him, Your Honor. He's just bluffing as usual. I wonder if you'll be able to force your biggest smile when you see what I've got. Try me. This piece of evidence that shows the original moon rock isn't completely lost is this. Moon rock earring. But just about the only things my mother left me with are widget and this earring. Maybe she did love me in her own way. Athena, you may not know it, but your mother left with you a very important piece of evidence. She did? You're bluffing. You don't have anything of the kind. Oh, but we do. Evidence that will finally corner you. Because we have a moon rock of our own. Yeah. Oh! You mean... Exactly. A gift Dr. Sykes left her daughter. An item Athena has cherished and worn all these years. As distant as Dr. Sykes may have seemed, to her daughter, that fragment of her love will shake off the darkness of the past and give us all hope for the future. This is the defense's sample of the moon rock.
Take that!
That's your sample. This earring that Miss Sykes always wears was made from the original moon rock. What? All this time? It was right here all along, or something like that. No. Ugh, it can't be. If the composition of the bomb fragments and the earring are found to be a match, then it will prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that the origin of the fragment is in this photo. And since the test results show that the blood on the fragment was yours, this means that the identity you tried so hard to hide will finally be revealed. The identity I tried to hide? I don't have an identity to hide. I may not have a Athena's ears, but now even I can hear the fear in your voice. Fear? I don't feel fear. I left all of my emotions behind years ago.
Objection!
Every human being feels fear. You simply can't face the emotions inside you. You can't face them because you have nothing. No love, no trust. And I'm supposed you do? And I suppose you do? I didn't have anybody to support me at first either. I couldn't face the fear inside me. Couldn't get over the trauma of my past. Like I said, I don't feel fear.
Objection!
Then you're just a coward for running away from yourself. When I had my doubts about Miss Sykes, I felt like I would collapse under the weight. But I wanted to trust her. And I knew... Hold on. My Alexa started talking to me. It was being really weird. And I knew I could trust Mr. Wright to uncover the truth. And that's why I was able to face my suspicions without hesitation. Running away from myself? How can I run from myself when there's nothing inside? Nothing at all.
Objection!
I know it's hard for someone as unwilling to trust others as you to understand, but people have emotions. It's just a fact of life, and so people can be weak at times. But that's exactly why people need to trust one another, so they can gain the strength to face themselves when things are at their bleakest. Without trusting others, how can you ever hope to face your fears? The fear inside of me. Is this? No. Ah! Oh. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I feel fear. You can't outrun yourself. Remove that mask and unleash your emotions. Confront your guilt head on. With your own true face. My own true face? No, please don't. I know you're here. Where are you? See, I haven't revealed anything yet. Honest. Ah! My own true face. Detonate? Oh, no, okay. Whew, I was about to say. Is this my face? Is it? Is it? No, that's not it. No. This isn't me either. Ah! Is this me? Which one is my face? What am I? Who am I? Ah! Oh shit. Was he just assassinated? A sniper attack in this very courtroom. Bro, he just got assassinated. Need to fix this before they continue doing cases. Yep. Hazard. Someone call OSHA. It chills me to my bones. Why is no one else freaking out? I would have been running. But the police are doing everything they can to track down the sniper as we speak. Prosecutor Blackwell, how is Detective Fulbright? I mean, his imposter doing? He's a lucky fellow. The bullet didn't hit any vital organs. He appears to be in no danger of dying. Oh, he's alive. Well, that was fortunate for all of us. No, really, who is this guy? The analysis of that final piece of evidence Wright submitted is in. The composition of Miss Sykes' earring and the fragment with the blood on it match. We can now be certain that it is a fragment of the moon rock in question. Maybe you should all duck? No, really. The murders and bombings at the Space Center, both past and present, the bombing of the courtroom number 4, and all of his other crimes as numerous as the stars. Under suspicion of all of these things, the spy known as the Phantom has been incarcerated. The prosecutor's office is now responsible for his well-being. There are still a myriad of things we wish him to tell us about, after all. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, it's time to finally bring this trial to an end. No, I want to know who this guy is. But before I do, will the defendant please return to her proper place? Yes, Your Honor. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Adina Sykes, not guilty. Woo! That's another streak. Haven't lost a single case since game 1. Court is adjourned. September 20th, 9:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. Congratulations, Mr. Dick. Thank you, Pearls, and thank you for being there for Adina. It's the least I could do. But Adina was great, wasn't she? She was so strong throughout the whole trial. Daddy, I'm so glad to see you. Trucy, are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine, Daddy. I was doing magic tricks for the other hostages to keep our spirits up. That's our Trucy for you. I'm really glad to see you're safe. Right. I fear I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. Edgeworth. We never would have caught him if it weren't for all of you. Oh, come on, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? You're the ones who have been tracking the Phantom all this time. Plus, you were the one who gave Blackwell permission to serve as prosecutor, right? Yes, well, we knew the Phantom was somewhere nearby. The police and I were trying to find him, but we never did manage to do so until this trial. Well, we never would have won this trial without you. It was your help as chief prosecutor that was the key to the successful conclusion. Besides, it was you that saw to it I got my attorney's badge back, wasn't it? So you figured it out, did you? Yeah, getting my license back went just a little too smoothly, you know? It should have been much harder after the evidence forging scandal. Well, I owed you a few favors. Aww, Edgeworth is the reason why we're a lawyer again. Hey, Edgeworth, think we can finally bring the dark age of the law to an end? Even the darkest night turns to dawn eventually. Besides, now that Prosecutor Blackwell has been cleared of all charges, a great deal of the mistrust towards the court system should have been swept away. You know, you could have said that with a bigger smile, Edgeworth. It won't kill you. Instead, the furrows in that brow of yours just keep getting deeper and deeper. So I should smile more, huh? I'll think about it. Ah, the complicated love-hate relationship between lifelong rivals. Adina. Oh, it's him. I was thinking it's like Juniper or something. I'm forever in your debt. You went to all that trouble, even taking the bar exam while you were overseas. Well, I knew that if I didn't get your sentence overturned fast, you'd be executed. So I studied and studied. I was frantic. I'm so glad I made it in time. Just barely, but I still made it. That a girl, Dina. It's good to see you finally let your tears out. Yes, and I survived by the skin of my teeth thanks to you. Shame on you, Simon, for trying to throw your life away like that. It was never my intention to just throw my life away. But some things in this world are more important than your own life. Like what? My honor-bound duty to protect my life. My mentor's most beloved treasure. Huh? That's some loyalty. This guy really is a samurai through and through. Well, it looks like we can breathe easy now. Apollo, Athena, thank you both. It took all of us together to pull it off. You bet, boss. What a team we are, huh? It was definitely the most amazing turnabout I've ever seen. I'm a lucky guy. My office has the best, most capable lawyers around. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'm going to work extra hard to make up for all the worry I caused. Apollo Justice is fine and ready to go. Let's hear it for the Wright Anything Agency. Well, nobody's gonna try harder than me, so you better watch out, Apollo. Simon is free thanks to Mr. Wright. But there are so many people out there who need our help. You're right, and I'll be needing you both to help them. We still have a long way to go. Get ready, you two. We won a major victory, but the war is far from over. There are still people out there suffering under false charges who need defending. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, if we ever hope to fully bring the dark age of the law to a close. Hey, I know one thing we have to do. We have to celebrate with a bowl of piping hot noodles. Huh? Nothing like a bowl of Eldune's noodles after a trial all on Mr. Wright's tab. That's how it works at the Wright Anything Agency, right, Mr. Wright? Huh? Huh? As a boss, it's your duty to express gratitude to your people for their great work. In that case, allow me to join in the festivities. It would greatly welcome a bowl of noodles. Huh? I have an idea, Daddy. Why don't you just invite everybody involved in the case? The more the merrier, right? Oh, Mr. Nick, look how far you come. Who knew you grew up to be such a generous gentleman? Guys? Under these circumstances, there's only one thing I can say. Only if I get to join in. Hey, no fear. I want to say it too. Okay, here we go. Objection! Oh, that's too cute. I was trying to think of something nice I could do for Polly now that he's back. So I decided to go around and get a bunch of jobs for him to do. Find a lost cat, install an air condition, give a computer lesson, find a lost item. You think I should have found a few legal cases? Nah, that's okay. This is the Wright Anything Agency after all. That was so cute. Dina and Apollo were so wonderful in court. I better study as much as I can if I want to be a judge someday. My grandma says eat lots of peppers and they'll ignite your passion. Oh, and I should figure out which to grow, green peppers or yellow peppers. Or maybe I should go with the hottest, the sun red peppers instead. This was really good. Oh.
The end of the dark age of the law, you say? This sound naive. Don't you know it's sometimes necessary to get a guilty verdict by any means possible? What? They're putting me under investigation. The chief prosecutor wants to see me. Ah!
Thank you for the follow, Organic. I appreciate it. Welcome to the garden. It was great fun. Oh, these two. I've been asked to debut the great mass wrestler. Oh, he's scheduled to go against the amazing Ninetales next, though. Oh, what to do? What to do? A fight to the finish with myself? Why don't you ask Mr. Demon Lawyer to be the amazing Ninetales, too? It's not a bad idea. I bet he'd be all for it. Caw! So weird to meet as foes, are we? I'm not controlling. The dialogue is going on its own, so I can't read that fast. Would you believe it? I'm Alderman of Ninetales Valley now. Pretty impressive, huh? I took over Rex QB for the good of my beloved village. What do you say? Would you like to make a little donation to help us out? Hey, you! What do you think you're doing? Sneaking in there. Ah, the jig's up. Better make a run for it. I don't remember any voices I gave these people. I thought I wanted to be the artist, but after seeing the amazing job Adina did, I started to become genuinely interested and lost. Now I'm sending the bar exam. I'm going to prosecute Adina someday. You'll see. I'm setting my buns off too, but not for the bar exam. I'm going to pass the Themis entrance exam on my own. I missed the rest part. With a score of 100 points, of course. Huh. Jennifer, our G will live on forever! I found really sweet boxes for all of them, but they won't wear them. Is it because I want to be a legal journalist instead of a lawyer or a judge? But anyway, thanks for the trial. The school newspaper's future is bright. Now let's see what the fresh blood have to say. Oh God, our editor cried so hard at the graduation rehearsal. Her cardboard box got soggy. Please, Capcom, I can't read this fast. Oh! The one night only reunion concert. I still remember that evening of passion. The president of the student council sang like no high school student I ever heard. When she's a judge in her own court someday, I'd love to have. Okay, I'd be the coolest trial ever, Ja. I can already hear it now. Yes, that was husband right there. I forgot that he was in episode 3. I gave this place a good clean from top to bottom, but it's already a mess again. I guess the only thing I can do now is clean up the attitudes of the people in this office. With Mystic Maya due to come here once her training's over, I simply must be done. How many more people? Ugh. Wait, there's still like Blackwell and like Edgeworth. Oh God. And Apollo and... oh, this guy. Ha ha ha. Humanity's dreams for outer space will never die. In fact, planning for the Hot 3 rocket has already officially begun. Look upon me, people of this great nation, and witness the glory Yuri Cosmos. What do you... oh, Director, yes. Rocket preparations are fully complete. Yes. You just leave everything to me. Assistant Director Yuri Cosmos. Assistant Director? He wasn't even in charge of this place the entire time? Bro. That man been lying to us. Talking about he in charge. He's assistant director. I'm going to the moon in the new rocket. If Adina or Mommy Metis came to the moon, I would love to show them around. But which is more interesting, Montes Pyrenees or the mere Tranquility? Okay, you think they would like either one? Yay, hooray. I wonder how Miss Aura is doing. I'd rather be near Miss Aura than on the moon. Oh, Miss Aura, I want you to use me again. Noriyuki Iwadari does the music for what? Okay, ready for launch? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. I'm going to the moon for real this time, for me and for Clay. Thanks to my lawyers, I know I should never give up. But I'm worried. You can't breathe in space, and in fact, it's cold as heck. Oh man, now I'm getting really nervous. No, that's it, Noriyuki Iwadare, and he's a composer. If that's the same Noriyuki Iwadare, he composed Radi Out of Swords, which is one of my favorite games. No, I'm not an employee here. I simply came to request their services in defense of my sister, when no one's around and I've been kept waiting for a long time. And what sort of case brings you here? Oh? Your father was accused and you wish for Adina to defend him? Then perhaps he and I shall meet in the courtroom in the near future. I look forward to your next month's salary assessment.
Ah, please forgive me.
Blackpool's acquittal has brought all manner of ills in the prosecutor's office to light. It would seem solving that case has dulled the chill of winter and the warmth of spring. Now I owe Wright yet another debt of gratitude. But I will repay him one day, and you can trust in that. Oh, wait, we didn't get anything from like Apollo or Athena. Anyway, this is great. We're not like completely done because we still have the DLC episode to work on. I'll probably like stream that like next week or something, but this was great. Low-key, I felt like my theory was a little bit better, that it was Clay. It being Fulbright was pretty cool. I will admit that. That was pretty cool. It being Fulbright the entire time. You hope the DLC tells us who is behind this, because that was fucking great. Yeah, I hate that we didn't see his face, but I don't know, maybe they'll utilize that for the next game. There's only one more game left in the Phoenix Wright, like, the Phoenix Wright games. Cause after that is Miles Edgeworth's Investigations, and then is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which is like a prequel to all of this, so it's interesting. I wonder if the re-emergence of popularity in the Phoenix Wright series with these remakes, I wonder if we're ever going to get a Phoenix Wright 7. The fact that Fulbright had been dead this entire time, nah, that was a nice plot twist. That Fulbright was the one behind all this, but it wasn't Fulbright because Fulbright was dead, and this actually some secret espionage, spying, this political game and everything. That was cool. That was cool. But this was a good game. I love the fact that it was all out of order. Like the timeline of this, like it was actually episode 2, then 3, then the first half of 4, then it's episode 1, the second half of 4, and then episode 5 or something like that. Like, I think that was really cool. He's still hung up on Injustice We Trust because he can't let go of Injustice We Trust. Yeah. And it goes along with the whole Dark Age of the Law concept in 2. Is this... Oh, I can't even skip this. Alright. Yeah, so we got one more DLC episode. I'm not sure how connected it is to the game. We'll see though. I am really looking forward to the next game's major storyline and see if it brings up stuff from past games. The spy identity will forever be unsolved because some assassin had attempted off him. Yeah, but he survived. Apparently, it didn't hit any arteries or something like that. Oh, anime cutscene.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll
Who's
be
that?
fine.
With
I'll
him.
be fine.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Alright, Dream Miracle. Successful. Let's go. I need to wash his face. No under eye bags and scarring. I gotta work on that. Edgeworth is smiling. Her hair is down. They seriously got her in jail still wearing her doctor uniform?
Mr. Starbuck! You'll be fine! Just believe in yourself!
The moon's closer than you think!
I think this is the first time we heard Adina talk besides objection.
wouldn't have made it back into space if it wasn't for you.
Woo!
Oh, yeah!
All right!
Through the years, I've seen as much joy as heartache, honesty as deceit. But just as Mr. Starbuck was able to escape the harsh pull of his fears and despair, I believe that hope and friendship can lift us all the way up, or lift us all up towards a brighter tomorrow. Yeah, we did it! The end. The major story. And I got a trophy too. Yep. Oh, sorry. Yes, so good. Next game, Phoenix Wright. No. We're not going to the Spirit of Justice yet. We still have the special episode. Turnabout Reclaimed. I see Pearls as part of this. Let's just see what the opening cutscene is. Because I just want to see the special episode. Wait. Okay, it doesn't automatically go to that, so okay. Yeah, let's just look at the opening cutscene if there is one.
My name is Phoenix Wright.
Oh, voice acting?
Head of the Wright Anything Agency and a lawyer. Although, I was doing something else entirely for a while there. As for why I decided to formally get back into lawyering, let's just say there's unfinished business to take care of. Anyway, I thought I'd reminisce about my first case back on the job. And what a case it was. It happened only a few months after Athena joined our office.
A filler DLC? That's what I'm getting the sense of. A filler DLC. Because it's a flashback episode. Oh, this is right up your alley, Savvy. Pirates. Does that well have a mustache?
He made it just in time.
I'm screaming. About murdered that man.
We be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be.
The well is
We
singing.
swim through storms and waves, all because you see.
Or Orca?
the
Maybe it's
treasure
Orca.
and adventures waiting just for me.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna go too deep into that one. But notice he said earlier that that this was only a few months before Athena joined. Yes, we're gonna restart this some other time. So then we know based off of the events of Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, that we're just gonna actually switch to it. Yes, Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, that our boy Phoenix wasn't a lawyer for like 8 years or something like that. But he got his name he got his name cleared at the ending of episode 4, which was still thinking about the plot twist in this game. Whew, up there, top tier plot twists with Apollo Justice. Honestly, thinking about it, I think Apollo Justice Ace Attorney is still my favorite game. Anyway, then this episode comes in because this is a few months before Athena joins, and he just got his attorney's badge, so this is not long after Apollo Justice then, I guess. Like, timeline-wise? Like, I need to look up a timeline in order. Anyway. Good. Spirit of Justice. Wait, what's this for? The museum contains spoilers? Oh, let me go back. Alright, so this is the next game, though. Spirit of Justice. I'm not gonna press on any of them, but... just looking at the pictures, I see Apollo, I see Maya, Adina, and Black Will. Wow. Man, I'm excited to see what this is about. I'm really excited. Oh man, I'll tell you one thing, a plot twist that they have not talked about since it was revealed, and I hope, I don't know, that it's talked about in this game, the fact that Trucy and Apollo are siblings. Like, they share the same mother, I think, or same father. I think it's the same mother. Like, no, we're not talking about that. They mention it at the ending of Apollo Justice and never talked about it again. Only Phoenix Wright knows. Like, I need to know. I need them to realize that, I need Apollo to realize that he actually has family and it's Trucy. But anyway, that's it, y'all. We officially finished the main story. We're gonna do the DLC probably like next week. I actually am curious, is it long? I don't know much about it. Turnabout Reclaimed. Oh, snap. It's a long one. So it's probably 2 more streams before we're done with Dual Destinies. But thank you everyone for joining me as usual. I will be back maybe, I don't know, tomorrow or something. With some Overwatch or something. I don't know. I'll let you guys know if I do stream. Off to bed. Yes, good night, everyone. Late one, but I'm glad we was able to finish this one. If you guys weren't aware, I was streaming on YouTube at the same time. So for my Twitch folks, here is the link to YouTube. Feel free to subscribe to me. It's free 99. If you ever want to see my reactions to the previous 4 episodes, they are up on YouTube. There's a whole playlist for it and everything. And for the YouTube folks, I do stream on Twitch. Sometimes I stream strictly on Twitch, only just to bypass like copyright music and everything, because you know how YouTube is, and it's mostly like, you know, the Overwatch or any of those games. But thanks again for streaming. Hope you have a great evening. Yes, and thank you for being here. But I do appreciate it, everyone, and I do have a Ko-Fi if you guys want to support me there, and a drone as well. Much appreciated, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.